The Starfall Oasis, a tale of two friends. In the land of ancient Egypt, where golden sands stretched endlessly beneath a vast star-studded sky, two young friends stood in awe as they witnessed a spectacle that would change their lives forever. The air was thick with the scent of desert flowers that bloomed only at night, and a gentle breeze carried whispers of ancient secrets across the dunes. Amun, a sturdy boy with eyes that sparkled like polished obsidian, felt his heart race with excitement. His hands, calloused from hours of crafting and climbing, clenched into fists as he watched a mysterious glowing object plummet from the heavens. Beside him stood Nefert, a girl whose quick mind was matched only by her kind heart. Her long, dark hair danced in the wind as she gasped, her keen eyes tracking the object's descent. As the last rays of sunlight painted the sky in hues of amber and rose, Amun turned to Nefert, his voice filled with a mixture of wonder and determination.
We must find it, Nefert. Think of the adventure that awaits us.
Nefert's eyes lit up, her mind already racing with possibilities.
Yes, but we'll need to prepare. Let's meet at dawn with everything we might need for the journey.
The next morning, as the first light of day kissed the desert dunes, Amun and Nefert set out on their quest. Amun carried a backpack filled with tools he had crafted himself: ropes, a small knife, and a water skin. Nefert clutched a satchel containing papyrus scrolls, ink, and a collection of hieroglyphic notes she had diligently studied. Their path led them through a landscape that seemed to shift and change with each step. Amun took the lead, his strong frame breaking trail through the soft sand. He kept a watchful eye on the horizon, using the sun and stars to navigate their way. Nefert followed close behind, her keen eyes scanning their surroundings for any signs or symbols that might offer clues. As they traversed a particularly steep dune, Amun's foot slipped, sending him tumbling down the sandy slope. Nefert gasped, her heart racing as she watched her friend disappear in a cloud of sand. But before she could call out, Amun's laughter echoed up from below.
I'm all right,
he shouted, brushing sand from his hair.
Come down, Nefert. I think I've found something.
At the base of the dune, partially buried in the sand, was an ancient lever mechanism. Amun's eyes lit up with excitement as he began to clear away the sand.
Help me with this, Nefert. I think it might open something.
Together they worked to uncover the device. Nefert examined the hieroglyphs etched into its surface, her brow furrowed in concentration.
It says something about a hidden path to the stars,
she murmured. Amun grinned, his hands already gripping the lever.
Ready?
He asked, looking to Nefert for confirmation. She gave a quick affirmative gesture, and together they pulled. With a grinding of stone against stone, a section of the dune face slid away, revealing a dark passage leading into the earth. Cool air rushed out, carrying with it the scent of antiquity. As they stood at the threshold of the unknown, a voice called out from behind them.
Ah, young adventurers, what treasures do you seek in the belly of the earth?
They turned to see an old woman, her face a map of wrinkles, each line telling a story of wisdom gained. Her eyes, despite her age, sparkled with vitality.
We're following a fallen star,
Amun explained, his voice filled with determination. The old woman tilted her head sagely.
Stars that fall to earth often lead to great discoveries. But remember, young ones, the brightest treasures are not always those that glitter. Trust in each other and let your hearts guide you as much as your eyes.
With those cryptic words, she turned and walked away, seeming to fade into the shimmering heat of the desert. As they ventured into the cool darkness of the passage, they encountered a series of challenges that tested their resolve and teamwork. Ancient booby traps, clever puzzles inscribed in hieroglyphs, and treacherous paths all stood between them and their goal. In one chamber, they found themselves faced with a group of travelers who spoke of a quicker, easier path to great riches. Their words were honeyed, their promises enticing. For a moment, both Amun and Nefert felt drawn to this new path. But as they considered the offer, Nefert noticed discrepancies in the traveller's story.
Amun,
She whispered.
something doesn't feel right. Remember why we started this journey.
Amun's eyes widened in realization, understanding that the easy path wasn't always the right one. With polite but firm words, he declined the traveller's offer, and the friends continued on their original path. As they progressed deeper into the hidden complex, they encountered various animals that seemed to guide their way. A wise desert fox led them away from a patch of quicksand. A scarab beetle appeared at crucial moments, leading them to hidden levers and secret passages. Even a scorpion, initially perceived as a threat, helped them by indicating which path to avoid. Throughout their journey, Amun and Nefert's friendship deepened. Amun's strength, courage, and protective nature complemented Nefert's intelligence, intuition, and emotional support. When Amun felt discouraged by a particularly challenging puzzle, Nefert's unwavering faith in him rekindled his determination. When Nefert's fear of the dark threatened to overwhelm her, Amun's steady presence and gentle encouragement helped her push through. They encountered ancient Egyptian technologies that amazed them. They used a shadoof to draw water from a hidden oasis, navigated using a nilometer to predict flooding patterns, and marveled at the ingenuity of early locks and pulley systems. Finally, after what seemed like days of exploration, they emerged into a vast underground chamber. In the center, bathed in a shaft of sunlight from a hole in the ceiling, lay the object of their quest, the fallen star. As they approached, they realized it wasn't a star at all, but an intricately crafted device of gold and crystal, covered in strange symbols and mechanisms neither of them recognized.
It's beautiful.
Nefert breathed, her eyes wide with wonder. Amun agreed, carefully lifting the object.
And heavy. I wonder what it does.
Nefert's quick mind began to see patterns in the symbols, recognizing elements of celestial charts and mathematical formulas.
I think
She said slowly, her excitement building.
that this might be some kind of ancient computer. Look at how these parts align. It's like a map of the stars, but one that can change and move.
Their discovery in hand, they made their way back to the surface, their minds full of questions and their hearts light with the joy of shared adventure. As they neared their village, the reality of their imminent separation began to sink in. Without a word, they both knew it was time to part ways for now. Amun reached into his pack and pulled out the maps they had made together.
Here.
He said, handing them to Nefert.
You're better with these than I am. And maybe they'll help you remember our journey.
Nefert smiled, touched by the gesture. She then carefully removed the strange device they had discovered from her satchel.
Take this.
She said, placing it in Amun's hands.
You've always been good at figuring out how things work. Maybe you can unlock its secrets.
Finally, they each took a small gemstone they had found in the underground chamber. The stones seemed to glow with an inner light, one blue, one green, each holding a symbolic meaning based on ancient Egyptian mythology.
To remember each other.
Amun said softly. Nefert's eyes shone with emotion.
Until our next adventure.
As they parted ways, each heading to their respective homes, neither spoke of the growing warmth in their hearts, or the sense that this was just the beginning of something extraordinary. At home, Nefert's parents examined the maps with great interest, recognizing some of the locations from their own youthful adventures. Meanwhile, Amun's parents were astounded by the device he brought home, his father producing a small component that seemed to fit perfectly with the mysterious contraption. As night fell, Amun and Nefert each lay in their beds, minds whirling with the day's events. They clutched their gemstones, feeling a connection that transcended the physical distance between them. Both drifted off to sleep with smiles on their faces, dreaming of the adventures yet to come and the friend who would be by their side through it all.